Okay, class. Today's lesson is about to be an odd one because it's not really a certain category I can put this man in. This man, Kenpachi Zaraki, is truly a wild card. And boy, the reason why I say that is because this man has the characteristics of a charged character, a tank, and a hack and slash all together. Hence why I called him a wild card. Best believe this lesson is going to be a very interesting one. So before we start the lessons, class, first we need to go over the term of what a wild card means. And I'm not talking about the card game. I'm talking about a person, in which case we're talking about a character. So class, the definition of what a wild card character would be is a character that is generally unpredictable and uncertain to read. Now class, if some of y'all are confused, I'm gonna give y'all an example, because I know some of y'all is thinking to yourselves, what the fuck is our teacher talking about? And to those who are asking themselves that question, just hear me out. So when you look on the roster and you decide who should I pick up to play, you first look at them and you first look at their moves. Certain characters will fall under a certain archetype. If you pick a rushdown character, they're going to have rushdown moves. If you pick out a keep out game character, they're going to have keep out moves. But if you somehow see a character that has moves that look like it shouldn't be there, then that will be a wild card character. And in Kenpachi's case, this man is a fucking wild card. So we're about to move on to his moves to see just why he is. And we're going to start with Try to Cut Me. While input is held, Kenpachi holds his arms outreached in a stance and attacks when his input is released. The power of the released attack increases according to the amount of damage Kenpachi receives while in this stance. Now class, these are one of the moves I'm talking about. This man has an absorption counter, and the only time you wouldn't see an absorption counter in a character is if they're a tank. Now class, these are vastly different than regular counters. Regular counters consist of just countering the opponent while pushing them back. These counters absorb opponent's attacks and doubles it 10 times fold to give it to your opponent. And these majority would be on tank characters that would have this type of counter. And I'm pretty sure this may have a slow startup. So make sure y'all only use this move if you know your opponent is just going to mash you and be too aggressive on you, so you can punish them for it. Now moving on to its next tool, we have Chop You Up, a large down swing and slash. The attack can hit an opponent at a distance as Kenpachi takes a large step forward during the attack. And as you can see class, he has a slasher move, and by the looks of it, I'm pretty sure this is going to have priority over a couple of things. I don't know how much, but it looks like it's going to have priority. So make sure y'all use this move to keep interrupting your opponent's startup attacks, because I'm pretty sure this has a fast startup and it has priority. So definitely make sure y'all utilize this move. Now moving on to his third and last move, Nothing I Can't Cut. Kenpachi charges and slashes at his opponent. If it hits, Kenpachi's follow-ups with a flurry of attacks. Holding down input will add the effect of breaking an opponent's guard. Once again class, this is another attribute. He has charge moves now. But overall, what this means is that he can charge his slashes at his opponent. And if it hits, you can have a follow-up to add more combo potential on your combos. In class, I'm not teaching no pussies. This move has an armor break. If you don't use this move to break your opponent's guard to get free damage, then you better use that shit. So I don't want to hear no excuses of you saying, oh no, my opponent can punish me, my opponent can counter me. You can put this shit in a block string, or you can chain this into a combo. Like I said, make sure y'all use this shit. Now going into his awakening. By removing his eye patch, Kenpachi will be able to fight with all his strength, increasing his attack power and reishi even when he's attacking head on. Kenpachi Kinka move also becomes stronger, making it easier to turn the tide of battle from a losing situation. So y'all remember his Kikan move, right? His absorption counter? That shit can potentially one shot So if y'all are not using this off rip, then I don't know what to say, class. I generally don't. And like I said, man, this character is truly unpredictable. And it makes sense in the source material he's like this. But in his moveset, it's unpredictable. And especially in good hands, you won't know what's coming. Now, class, as we move into the final segment of this whole entire lesson, we're going to look at his stats. Now, turn your attention up to the screen. Okay, when you look at these stats, it's pretty straightforward. You have his attack strength off the charts. Toughness and durability is off the charts. Speed and mobility is pretty good. Technique and skills is nowhere to be found. Reach and range is nowhere to be found. But this is on paper. These stats overall don't look that bad. In game, I feel like his reach and range could definitely potentially change. But overall, these stats look pretty fine. So with that being said, class, when you pick up this character, just make sure you play unpredictable with him. His moves are already going to be unpredictable, so all you have to do is just be unpredictable to get your opponent mad and for them just to crash out on themselves. And I know it was a little longer lesson than usual, but I had to go in depth with this character because this character is just the definition of a wild card. So with that being said, class, y'all like, share, and subscribe. Road to 100 subscribers. And yeah, before y'all leave, do not slam my doors. I'll see y'all next video.
ごきげんよう。